Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday, the 6th of April, 2022, and it's currently 11:17 in the morning. We thought we'd give an update because, frankly, not a huge amount has happened this week so far, though we did see a spike and then considerable fall in gold and silver prices. But compared to last Friday's close, there's not a huge amount of difference, and we shall take a look at that in a moment or two. Meanwhile, main headlines, still the Ukraine. Zelensky says Russia still aims for occupation. And as we highlighted in our weekly update, and we've put a link below in case you haven't had an opportunity to listen to that, we stated quite clearly that really Russia and Ukraine are going to dominate the headlines. We look at the business news on the BBC and we can see that in the UK, national insurance rises are now beginning to hit pay packets. Flight cancellations continue due to staff shortages. And also for those obese amongst us, which I may have to include myself, calories now appear on menus in large restaurants. If we look at the United States, we can see the headlines broadly. Our mother begged for life of IS hostage, the court hears. White House to host rare autumn wedding reception. Obama was invited to the White House and they shared some jokes with President Biden. And Ivanka Trump testifies to Capitol Riot Committee. So not a great deal on the financial front as far as the BBC are concerned. However, what is noteworthy is the fact that the dollar index has risen quite dramatically in the last couple of days. And we can see the index now at 99.45. It's been as high as 99.75, fallen back just slightly. We stated less than 2 weeks ago, when it hit 98 and then touched 99, we said we will expect it to reach 100, not necessarily immediately, but during the course of events, 100 is not out of the question. We're still a little shy of that, but nevertheless, the dollar index is much higher than many of the pumpers would have had you believe it could possibly reach, stating imminent collapses, etc. We know the old story, so I'm not going to repeat them here. But without doubt, the dollar is still the best of a bad bunch of currencies. Energy prices, they've started to rise again, $103 for WTI crude, which on Friday's close was about $99, and Brent crude's up to $108. So both of them are $4 or $5 higher than they were last Friday. Noticeable yesterday were some falls in the equity markets, and we can see the Dow was down not quite, but almost 1%, the S&P down 1.25%, and the Nasdaq down 2.25%. Overnight in Asia Pacific, markets similar, down broadly 1.5%, and we're witnessing now this morning, it's still relatively early, but we're witnessing that the European markets are down anywhere between 0.5% and 1.5%. Now, we highlighted in our weekly update that there's not an awful lot of economic information coming out this week, but what has been reported, we can see that factory orders for February have come in at minus 0.5% against a forecast of minus 0.6%. You could argue it's marginally better than anticipated. And core capital equipment orders are down 0.2% compared with down 0.3% previously. Foreign trade deficit slightly worsened, down 89.2 billion. And the S&P Global Market Services PMI, we haven't seen the announcement on that here, but it's expected to be as per expectations. The ISM Services Index, though, is marginally higher, virtually unchanged against what was expected at 58.3. We do have a number of Fed presidents and also bank governors speaking over the next couple of days. And yesterday, Fed Governor Lael Brainard actually was incredibly hawkish, which is why, I'll show you in a moment, we saw quite a significant fall in the price of gold and silver, because it seemed to be actually beginning to peak somewhat. And we'll have a look at that chart in a moment. And we have Fed President Patrick Harker speaking today, and perhaps the most noteworthy are the FOMC minutes. We're not expecting there to be any surprises in that, but perhaps, maybe, we may see a rather hawkish approach now being conducted by the Fed, or discussed by the Fed, which will keep a lid to some degree on gold and silver prices and potentially keep the dollar high. Tomorrow, of course, we have the jobless claims, which so far have been quite positive. And on Friday, we just have wholesale inventory, so it is rather a boring week, we have to confess. However, let's now take a look at gold and silver prices. I'll refresh the page so it's up to date. And we can see that gold is currently $1,929. That's up 11 cents today. If we look at it compared with Friday, we can see that Friday's close was $19.25, so we actually have gold $4 higher. But look what happened yesterday. We saw gold actually peak yesterday afternoon around 3 o'clock, that's GMT time, and it rose to let's have a look, $19.43. And then we had the Fed governor comment, and we could see the gold price fall back quite significantly, though it's starting its rise back again. Looking at silver, we can see that silver, though down, it's down 30 cents today and currently stands at 24.38. And you can see on the chart here, it rose yesterday to 24.94, and then look at that tumble back down, and it's now all sort of alternating in this 24.30, 24.40 category. If we compare that to Friday's close, silver did close on Friday at 24.65, so it is actually down somewhat 27 cents since then. Nothing dramatic, but notable. Cryptocurrency markets really falling in line with whatever's happening on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq fell yesterday, the crypto markets are down 3%, but we still have now Bitcoin at 45,000, still doing quite well in relative terms when you consider it was 33,000 not that long ago, but equally it was 9,000 a few months ago. That's it for now. Everything's based on what's happening with Ukraine, what's happening with inflation, and the central bank's approach to dealing with both of those scenarios. Thank you so much for listening. Please, we'd appreciate a thumbs up, a subscription if you're not already subscribed, and don't forget, if you do that, press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. Until our next video, which might come out tomorrow or Friday. Thank you once again. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management, and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice, and merely represent the personal views of its owners.